Hey everyone. Today we're diving into a tactical topic that many players face, but still aren't quite sure which option is best. That's right, we're talking about tight marking versus man marking. Two commands that might seem similar at first, but in reality, they function very differently, and choosing the right one can change your whole game. Let's start with tight marking. Tight marking is a command that tells your player to stick closely to a dangerous opponent, someone who's heavily involved in their team's attacking play. But what makes it different from man marking is this. The marker isn't locked to one specific player for the entire match. Instead, your players will switch marking responsibilities based on zones and positioning. Let me give you a clear example. Imagine you've set tight marking on Frank Ribéry, who's controlling the tempo in midfield for your opponent. As Ribéry moves across different zones during the match, your nearest midfielder, say Claude Makelele in this case, will automatically take over the marking role. You'll notice Makelele shadowing Ribéry closely, making it difficult for him to find space. This approach works well because you're still maintaining your team's overall defensive structure. No one is being dragged completely out of position just to follow one player. However, and this is important, tight marking also comes with its risks. If the opponent uses clever movement, like decoy runs or intentional overloads to pull your marker out of zone, you could leave dangerous gaps in your defense without even realizing it. So while tight marking is flexible and safer in many situations, you still need to watch out for smart attackers who know how to exploit space. Man marking is a more direct and aggressive defensive tactic. You assign one specific player from your team to closely follow one specific opponent, regardless of where they move on the pitch. For example, let's say you instruct Yaya Toure to man-mark Eden Hazard. He'll track Hazard for the entire match, whether Hazard drifts into midfield, cuts inside, or switches flanks. The advantage? If you assign the right player, you can completely shut down your opponent's most dangerous threat. Hazard might barely touch the ball or be forced to play in less dangerous areas. But there's a clear downside. Your marker can easily be pulled out of their natural position, especially if the opponent is smart with their movement. If Hazard intentionally drags Toure wide or drops deep, it can open up dangerous gaps in your defensive line. So while man marking is highly effective for neutralizing key players, it can disrupt your team's defensive shape if not managed carefully. Used wisely, it's a weapon. Used recklessly, it's a weakness. So which one is better? There's no definitive answer. It really depends on the situation. If you're up against a team that relies heavily on just one or two key players, like a single playmaker controlling everything, man marking might be the smarter choice to completely shut that player down and break their rhythm. But if you're facing a team that's with quick passing, fluid movement, and constant positional rotations, tight marking tends to be more effective because it allows your team to stay compact and preserve its defensive shape while still applying pressure. What about you? What would you choose? Imagine this scenario. Your opponent has Victor Osimhen playing on the right wing, and he's been destroying your defensive line with solo runs all game long. Would you? A. Set up man marking. Assign your right back to stay glued to Osimhen, not letting him breathe. Or B. Go with tight marking and let your defenders rotate and track him based on zones and positioning. And it's not just about Osimhen. Let's say the opposing team also has Jude Bellingham, a true box-to-box midfielder. He's everywhere, building attacks, scoring goals, covering space constantly. Would you dare use man marking on him and risk breaking your shape? Or would you prefer tight marking to contain him from a safe distance and protect your team's structure? I'm really curious. What would you choose if it were you? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'll be reading through and picking out the most interesting ones to feature in the next video, breaking down which tactical setup fits that thinking and which types of players it works best with. And if you want my opinion on your current setup, whether tight marking or man marking suits your squad better, just describe your situation in the comments. I'll help analyze it for you, totally free. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the comments. This is GDG eFootball, and I'll catch you on the pitch.